Hi, Cancer. Welcome into your reading. All right, we're going to do your monthly for November. All right, so just so you know how this goes, I usually don't do monthly readings. I do weeklies, and I prefer weeklies so you guys can see the transition between week to week, what's going on. So, the way these readings work is the second half that we clarify, that portion will be on a different platform, and we donate funds to a cause. This month I had given something to my daughter for her school, and so those were it's going. But next month we are basing our group, the Elpis community, Elpis Enlightenment community. Everyone's voting regards to where they want to send these donations to. It starts at 99 cents, but you can donate as much as you like. And if not, you can watch the first half for free. All right. And the only reason I'm doing Cancer is because it was requested. So, and to be honest with you, situation for November, Spirit, please, for Cancer. I'm curious to see what's going on with you guys because right now you are, the universe is your sugar daddy at this point in time. You are one of the favored signs. It might not feel that way, but you are. You are being conditioned and looped in with Jupiter circling around your sign to give you some opportunities that at first might not look favorable, but really, really are. Because when you look in retrospect, those jobs you left, those relationships you left, really could have been detrimental to your betterment. Now, with that said, speaking of which, I do see you in the month of November having this moment of pausing, trying to find some clarity if you should keep investing in a situation with somebody. So you're doing a little extra homework. You're doing a little stalky doodle. This is time and energy you spent with a person in a relationship or a job or a company. So you're kind of like getting more information or, your antennas are up to see what's going on. We'll clarify that and obviously we'll see what's going on there. So what's coming in? What's the big thing coming in? The biggest deal or biggest issue coming in the month of November for Cancer, please. That is the situation. But the other thing that's coming in November. Nine of Pentacles, Six of Wands, and the Knight of Cups and the Ten of Cups. Oh, I do like this. You're starting off to be single, right? But I just want you to bear with me, right? You're single as you're in November, but somebody comes back to vindicate you or validate you. Now, if this is work related, this is you being financially independent. And maybe whatever you were screaming about or yelling about at work, they're like, wait a minute, Cancer's right. Vindicating, validating. And then somebody comes in to offer you something. You have a heart-to-heart conversation here in regards to your relationship or your position. See, at the bottom of the deck, where this is leading, is a happy combination, is a happy home, happy family, happy colleagues. You're in the right place at the right time with the right people. These are your people. And under that, you complete a chapter. So it looks like all of the transitioning stuff is happening for you in November. So in September, you had your eclipses. In October, you had to deal with all of the those things that eclipsed and the changes that were happening to you, the fears, the doubts, the ups, the downs, seeing the red flags. Now in November, things are clearing up. Mind you, though, we have Mercury going retrograde. However, because you are a cardinal sign, it is not affecting you the most. It is affecting the fixed and the mutables. But with that said, you're obviously dealing with fixed and mutable signs in your external environment, so you have to deal with them. All right, now, what, and my reading for monthlies are slightly different from the weeklies. I ask different questions. What's the biggest challenge in November for Cancer? Thus, this being one of those questions. What's the biggest challenge here for Cancer in the month of November, please? the Queen of Swords and the Devil. And the Fool at the bottom of the deck. This is Aries, that is Capricorn. All right, so what the biggest challenge for you is to rationalize something, right? Instead of being overly passionate about a situation or overly emotional about a situation, you have to rationalize it. You have to be kind of like taking in the element of an air sign where you're being fair, you're being balanced, you're being honest, you're being methodical. You have to rationalize as you lift this sword and you say, well, I can be diplomatic. I will, put the sword aside so we can chat. Or if I don't like what I hear, slice and dice and goodbye you go. The other thing is with the Devil is, I don't have to tell you this, right? The devil doesn't do things to us. We do things to us. We do things out of ego. We do things out of fear. We do things out of insecurities. Or we allow toxic people into our environment, or we endure toxic environments. That can only happen for so long until a tower comes along and wipes the shit all away for you anyway. So your biggest challenge is to be diplomatic or, kind of rationalize something here that is toxic. You see it, you know it. Don't deal with it. That is going to be your challenge. But we'll see in the extended clarified portion what more details, because the devil is in the details. All right? Because I see you possibly potentially taking a leap of faith and a risk without having something lined up. So, what is the advice here for, you're doing a little stocky doodle, keep doing it. Maybe you need to do homework. What is the advice here in the month of November for Cancer? And maybe you need to come back to this video multiple times, so. Interesting. Absolutely fascinating and interesting. Usually the biggest challenge for me goes hand in hand sometimes, and it aligns with the advice position. And in this case, it's no different. You got Justice, which is Libra energy. It is this much, pretty much what I just told you. See, this is Libra, Gemini, Aquarius energy. And that's your biggest challenge. Some of you, you're being challenged by a person too. Which is why the devil's there. But in your advice, Justice, you need to be fair. You need to be balanced. You need to be karmically correct. Be diplomatic. That is everything Justice talks about, because Justice is blind. Back in the day, and when I say back in the day, I mean way back in the day, there was no currency. There was no denominations. Value was measured by scales. All right, so you would bust out the scale, and in order to measure value, the metals on the scales would tell you what was fair. And that was your earnings. Now, it's talking about it in a theoretical level for you guys. Be fair. Be balanced. That's it. We'll see what else it's talking about when we clarify that. But, the moon at the bottom of the deck says be a little cautious. All right, because there are things playing on behind the scenes you're not aware of. Now, what's the good stuff coming in November? What's the good thing that Cancer has to look forward to in November, please? The good thing. The Queen of Wands. A little sauciness, a little spiciness, a little creativity. If this is in regards to work, it is talking about being creative, being courageous, being strong. It's also talking about being passionate, having chemistry in a relationship, attraction. Someone here is very attracted to you. It's fire. You're having some kind of a passionate connection here with somebody, potentially. All right. What's the outcome of the month? Can't wait to clarify that one. That's the good stuff. Page of Swords has come out again. You are definitely, I don't know, stalking, checking out someone's social media, doing homework quite literally. I don't know. This is like school, education, but it is trying to get information. I think you're walking away from some place or someone, right? With the Eight of Cups back here. And you are just crossing your T's and dotting your I's, basically. We'll see when we clarify over in the extended. But before we go there, let's see what we're going to talk about in regards to just love, because we will clarify these also. And I will pull a card from Angels of Abundance for those of you who are here for health and wealth. Yeah, true love is here. And I'm wondering if that's what the good stuff is with the Queen of Wands over there. True love and new love. Ooh. Cancer. Angels of Abundance, what do you have here for my beautiful Cancer family? The Cancer cohort, please. Abundance mindset. If you think of your abundance as something that happens in the future, then it's always going to be one day away from you. So feel, think, and speak of abundance as something you already have in the present moment. And that is what you will experience. So it is definitely a mindset. All right, guys. That's what I have for November. Those of you who are so inclined to see the clarified version of your monthly, and trust me, the last 5 or 6 that I did, the extended was worth it. All right. So I'll see you guys over there. The link is down below.